Terrorist attacks of the Twin Towers. In September 11th of 2001, the group ISIS decided to terrorize New York City by crashing into the Twin Towers. The fall of the socialist bloc, when people in the USSR were finally free from socialism due to the failure of Leonid Brezhnev. The Cold War, when the United States and the USSR were in a conflict due to communism and capitalism, but none of them decided to do anything about it. Globalization, growing interdependence of the world's economies, the cross-trade between countries. This applies to technologies and goods. Terrorism, when people use violence such as guns, bombs, or even threats to intimidate a people or blackmail a government. Unipolar world, a government that is run by one great power. This does not mean that this power runs the entire world, but it's a very important power in international affairs. The digital era started in the invention of the television. The internet allows us to access information, and also it allows mass communication immediately. Why did globalization emerge? It was getting very too easy to transport goods and for countries to communicate with each other. With globalization, not only the government has been benefited, but people from all over the world too. It has helped immensely in the medical field, and people are able to learn about other cultures easier. What caused the terrorist attacks of the 20th century? Greedy governments and extremist religions. In November of 2002, Osama bin Laden sent a letter to the United States and said that one of the reasons for the 9/11 terrorist attack was due to the US supporting Israel. Also, the immorality of the US as a whole. They tried to invade Saudi Arabia and the oppression against people. But how does the end of the Cold War relate to the unipolar world? Because the USSR and the US wanted both to be the most important country in the world, but they both were. The fall of the socialist bloc basically gave the win to the US because all of those countries that were in the USSR were very important together, but not alone. Once the USSR went down, the US was now the most important country in the world. How has the digital era influenced today's society? In every single way possible. Now, with the pandemic that we're going through right now, it would have been nearly impossible to communicate with every single country in the world. It would have been taken ages to know anything about the virus, especially in third world countries. But not only that, but for school and people that work from home. People that were born in the digital era are much more educated on what's going on in the world and advocate for people in other countries even though it doesn't affect them.